Do you think, Gerald, that the Chiefs dynasty is over?
So when you use the term dynasty to me means dominant.
They have been.
So from 2018, I think 2022, they're the only team in NFL history that averaged 28 plus points. That was extremely dominant. The dominant part is over. Them being contenders is not over. As long as 15 is there and Andy Reid is there, it's not over. They are still contenders. But here's the problem. They hit the scene the way they hit the scene and took over the league, it made us spoiled to where we're like, look at how they dominate offensively, they this and this. But if you look at history, all of these great offenses, eventually the league catches up. Everybody catches up at some point. The greatest show on turf, even when the Chip Kelly Eagles and all of that, you look at Tom Brady and them in 2007, you're dealing with the greatest minds and athletes in the world. Eventually they're going to catch up. But also remember this, Andy Reid technically has never had a bad quarterback because he always finds a way to make the offense look really good. Then you took Patrick Mahomes, who's that talented, and put him in that offense. But look at what he got drafted to. A Hall of Fame wide receiver, a Hall of Fame tight end in his prime, to a Hall of Fame coach. They didn't even know Chris Jones was going to be what he was, but he a Hall of Famer too. This is how it started. Well, now what makes Patrick Mahomes and this group so great is they find a way. Last year, we went in so far as to say that we thought the rest was on their side. They were getting lucky. They were finding a way to edge out these games, and they went 15-2. They didn't beat Philly because the formula to beating any top quarterback, we've seen it with Tom Brady, we've seen it with Patrick Mahomes, that D-line, if they're dominating, that's how you neutralize this. Now we're looking at a sense of, man, the Chiefs lost 2 games in a row. This is not what we're used to. We've just gotten spoiled to what now we forget. Tom done won them Super Bowls, and then he done win another one for 10 years. People eventually catch up. That doesn't take away from your greatness, but dynasty, that means dominant. That portion of people coming in playing the Chiefs where they like, oh, it's the Chiefs, they always gonna find a way to come back and, woo, everybody's scared, and that aura that you talk about, that's over with. Everybody's seeing that the aura of the Chiefs, they're human. But also, let's take into account what they're dealing with right now. Xavier Worthy out. Rashee Rice out. They're trying to figure out how to operate this offense. Travis Kelce is not who he used to be. Is he still viable? He had that play yesterday, but that's why they say it's a game of inches. That one, if you go look at all the numbers, penalties, first downs, yards, everything was separated by that one play. They got one extra possession and lost by 3. But also, who are they facing? They face the Chargers, who's a division rival, and they face the defending champs again.
So you see them in the
week
playoffs.
It's week 2. The dynasty, I believe, to me is dominance over a period of time. I feel like them dominating everybody is over. Are they still a top of the tiered team? I believe so. Yeah.
To me, that dynasty is chip appearance after chip appearance after chip appearance. And shit, they was just there last year. 3 games ago, they was in the chips. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't think the dynasty is over. They lost a game by 3 points, week 1. Good football team. They took the champs to the wire yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's over, man. They was a drop pass by Kelce away from taking the lead with 7 minutes left, a 4-point lead, 7 minutes left. They was this close. Like G said, it's a game of inches, man. So it happened. It happens before. The Patriots, 2018 started 2-1, and everybody was having this same conversation. That dynasty is over with. Shit, we lost to Tom them in the chip that year. You know what I'm saying? They started off 1-2. We lost to them in the chip. So it happens. They searching for receiver. They need help at receiver. After week 6, they go and get a healthy-ass Rashee Rice back. And I think they need to make a play and get a nice veteran downfield guy, because when they could throw the ball downfield, now you open up that run game. That's their real offense. Their offense is based on him being able to show that arm off and throw the ball, max protect, get the ball downfield. When they don't have no wideouts out there, you could do what the Eagles did last night. They blitz the hell out you, or don't blitz the hell out you. Play man, load the middle, and like, bro, it's play 2 man. It's too hard to play football when Mahomes can't throw the ball downfield. So
Yeah. Even to your point, Keith, did you see how physical them Phillies DBs was being with them? They not afraid of nobody.
they're not afraid of him at all.
They
So
not afraid of that.
when Rashee Rice get back,
Yeah.
that's going to slow down a little bit.
And
if they go make a play for a Tyreek or
listen,
one of
that's
these
what I was
big
about to
time
say.
guys,
Hey,
then them safeties gonna back their ass back up.
I'm
That
in the
box don't
DMs
open up.
of Miami. I'm in the
telling you,
DMs
bro.
of Miami.
You get
Hey,
what they
listen,
want.
I
You gotta
see
give
y'all
them-
having
you got a
issues
first
with
round
Reed.
pick, you got a second round pick. Man, you get Dolphins what they want. You need that down the field threat.
Okay, but
in order to open up that run game.
Tyquan Thornton got deep late that
Yeah,
brought it back to
you need him too. He'll be part of it. Now you had Thornton over here, a vet over here, and you had Kelce and Rashee working the middle.
Yeah.
That'll back all that stuff up. And then Andy will be able to get back to his run game. They just not able to run the ball right now because you can load the box. You don't even know the receivers. Like Thornton, people don't even know who that guy is. You don't fear him. So, I mean,
6
they
games
just
is a long time.
They just handicapped.
They
They just
never really
handicapped
been
right
able
now.
to-
You know what I'm saying? But we seen the Patriots go to the chip without dominating the first 6-7 weeks of the season.
And that's why I said dynasty to me is like dominant. Like it's where they are still competitive. Like you're not writing off the Chiefs. You're not doing that. But it's like Golden State. They was in the chip every year. Then they had that little down period. Then they won it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it can go like that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think the dynasty's over. And talk about dominance though. To that definition, I mean they've gone to the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
What?
7 years in a row.
Come on now.
The last 7 years they've gone to the AFC Championship. They've gone to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. They've won the AFC West 9 years in a row, and they've won 3 Super Bowls under Patrick Mahomes.
That ain't a
That
dynasty.
is dynasty.
I don't know
By
what I'm
definition.
saying.
It is. Now, to say because they lose 2 games and they struggle to say it's over, absolutely not. I will say, though, I am worried about this offense, and you guys had some good points. It just felt like, to me, Patrick Mahomes looked different yesterday, and he wasn't comfortable, and he was missing wide open guys, and his eyes started dropping to the line of scrimmage because he's worried about the pass rush.
Yep.
He's not going through progression, and he's doing these double clutches, and I know that's part of his game, and he's unorthodox, but it looked like a guy that wasn't confident to me, or that didn't have confidence yesterday. And it's not that it wasn't confidence in himself, but it was the guys around him. Like you mentioned, Rashee Rice is out until week 7. You don't have Xavier Worthy out there. Travis Kelce is not the Travis Kelce that we're used to seeing. On that play, I guarantee you they run that play 100 times, they hit all 100. That time yesterday, they missed it. And we're not used to seeing that. Now, I don't know if that was Mahomes or Kelce or who that was on, and you can say it was a low throw, but that's where you're taught to throw it. Down by the goal line, it's bang, bang. You throw it to that front hip, let him go down, protect himself. That was an issue for me. And the other thing, the run game is non-existent. Patrick Mahomes has been your leading rusher the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
That is not winning football. The offensive line has to be better. But what they do have, and in my opinion, what I think is going to help them stay afloat until they get these guys back is the X factor in Andy Reid. He is a phenomenal play caller.
Absolutely.
He protected Mahomes yesterday. If you notice in the second half, all right, we know that Fangio is going to light our ass up. They're bringing pressure. We're going to go quick game. We're going to move the pocket. Roll right, roll left. Do those quick throws to Travis Kelce on a stick route. Do those quick slant routes on the outside. And then we're going to hit Thornton over the top once we lull you to sleep. That's what we're going to do. The other thing that I think is a big factor in this and that people forget is that Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. No matter what he looks like,
As long as he's
they
there.
are the team to beat in the
As
AFC.
long as he's there.
And I made a rankings last week with Kinsey about who's the top player or top quarterback in the NFL. Mahomes is still 1. Until you beat him, and I know Allen looks great and Jackson looks great, but he is still 1. And until another team can come in there and at least not allow them to go to the AFC Championship, that dynasty is still on. I think they're going to figure it out. We see this every year where they have a couple weeks where they
So
struggle.
you're still picking them to win the AFC?
I still think they go to the AFC Championship and they lose to the Buffalo Bills. I would do. I still believe that. Until you show me otherwise, not a team that has injuries and struggled again. And they almost won both these games, by the way. It's not like they got blown out. They almost won these games. They had a chance to win. And the defense looked a lot better this game. They were a lot more comfortable with Spags' play calling. They got after Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. But no, until someone beats them, they are still the team to beat.
To your point, Jalen threw for 101 yards and they won the game.
Yeah.
They had 216 total offensive yards and they won the game at Kansas City against what you saw in training camp was a highly motivated team to get revenge over being down 40-6 with 3 minutes left in the Super Bowl. It was 40-6. That's motivation. You in your house at Arrowhead, you got to say no. So, to me, it's a one play. Well, let me do your first question. I do think the dynasty is done. I don't think they're going to get back to the championship game or the Super Bowl. Now, maybe in 2 years or 3 years, I'm not saying they'll never get back because they'll have Mahomes for a long time.
Yeah.
But his numbers have fallen over the last 2 years, and his numbers have fallen over these first 2 games because my eyes are telling me he's at least as dangerous with his legs now as he is with his arm, because he ran 7 times for 66 yards, and their best play now is him pump faking and deking and juking and running, and he doesn't look very fast, but at 240 he can motor. I mean, once he gets unleashed a little bit, he can
He's
go.
running everybody over.
Yeah. All right. So it's
Running everybody.
Right on the sideline, too.
so it's a one-play game.
Yep.
And they have gone 74 yards in 14 plays, which is hard to do against Philly's defense, to go 14 plays, because you're going to make one little mistake and they're going to get you.
Agreed.
Because they're that good.
Yep.
So you get it 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line, and you throw it to 87, who's not just your Robin, he's been your Batman. You've been Batman and he's been Batman, but he ain't the same. And you throw it, as you should, down here, and Patrick took the blame after that. He said, I threw it a tad early, and maybe because it looked like Kelce was a little shocked by it, but what, it's just a little quick turn in where you're only 6 yards to the goal line, and it hits you right there. Well, obviously, you have to catch that, especially if you're Travis Kelce.
You have to.
And you've been talking, I said this the other day on the show, you've been talking a better game than you're playing, because you keep saying, I'm the leader, I've got to show you, I'm going to lead on the football field. Well, again, Philly goes 2 for 2 in the red zone. You go 1 for 2 in the red zone because 87 dropped it at the goal line. And if it hits you in the hands, it's a drop. I don't care what you say. And then this is lame. This is cheap. This is low rent to me. Travis Kelce ducked the media after the game. And I know you're talking, Keith, about the media, but for the sake of your teammates in that locker room, if you drop the ball that changed the game, they went from, they had a 53% chance of winning the game as the ball hit his hands, and it dropped to 24% because he got a bad break, because it ricochets right to Andrew Makuba, who's another Howie Roseman steal in the 2nd round out of Texas, and he's he's a ball, he plays safety, but he's a ball hawk. He's got that. He's always in the right place at the wrong time.
Always.
And so he snatches out of the air, and then he returns it 41 yards, and all of a sudden it's about to be 17-13 Kansas City. And it's 20-10 Philadelphia, and the game is effectively over at that point, right? Okay, so afterward, Travis Kelce has to stand in his locker or sit in his locker, whatever he chooses to do, and he has to take it. And he has to take it so that they don't come to you and ask you about, well, what about the drop? And they don't come to you and ask you, what about the drop? And you have to try to cover for him. It's weak.
So you think Travis Kelce is the problem?
Come on, man.
They're going to come ask G about the drop and me about the drop.
Anyway.
The questions anyway.
Okay, but not so much if he just completely takes the blame. And Patrick took it for him. I was a tad early. Do you think it's maybe a tad early? But
no. So on that play right there, that's a good point. So what you're taught, and we go back and watch the tape. They've done it a million times before. You have a full clear out, right? You clear out 2 guys. You have Travis Kelce is going to push outside, sell it like he's going to the flat, turn inside. You know that you have to have a sense of urgency to get your head around. I don't think it was necessarily the drop. I think it was the fact that, I don't want to say lazy, but he didn't have that sense of urgency to get his head around. Patrick Mahomes threw it exactly where he needed it. If that's more in front or it's higher, then that inside backer is going to get in front of it anyways, or he's going to hit you in the chest. You have to throw that right when they turn on the front hip so he can fall down, catch it, and protect himself. It was a perfect rep. I think, to your point, I think it was Travis Kelce's fault. Now, Mahomes is going to take the blame, as he should, as the quarterback, but he's got to get his head around quicker. You practice that all week. You are, down at the goal line, everything happens so much quicker.
It was a little bit slower all week. In this type of game, it was just that's what Eagles line do to you. They speed you up that 0.2 seconds, and it was just a 0.2 seconds. Bro, it wasn't nobody's fault. It was just unfortunate. He threw it a little early. He could have got his head around faster. That shit happened. I bet you Kelce went straight to Mahomes and said, bro, I got to catch that. And Mahomes said, nah, bro, that's on me. I got to throw that a little bit later.
Agreed.
So it's both of them going to take the blame for it. Whoever takes the blame as far as the media, who gives a fuck, Skip? They don't give a, they are a dynasty. They don't give a fuck what the media think. They going to get that shit fixed internally. Who gives a fuck what the media say?
And the media's going to hate on the Chiefs regardless.
Regardless.
We keep talking about the offense. let's not take credit away from the defense.
Yeah.
If you look at how physical these DB, and that's why I'm saying the aura, figuring it out, people understood that Tom was going to figure it out at some point. We just got to give it our best shot and see what happens. They understand that about the Chiefs.
And they did.
But the thing about them is that where it's like, okay, I can't only play Kelce a certain way. The way he was getting pressed. If you have your Travis Kelce, I think that DB played that completely different. He was on Kelce. He was on. So when you saying he got to get around faster, I think because like you said, you sell outside or whatever. Old Kelce, he can do it how he did it. He don't have that twitch and everything like he used to be.
But
so
he
these
left
DBs
him.
is on him.
No, he won that route.
He fucking left.
But he was right on him.
No,
He
He
left
stemmed
him.
out. He
He
stemmed
stemmed
out,
out and
shoulder
left that
flat,
boy 2 yards away
and
from him.
He was
won.
right on him.
No, he won. I mean,
Man,
He was
hey,
on
hey,
him.
hey,
No,
no,
to
that's
me, I
open.
played
That is
DB.
open
That's
red
not
zone.
on him.
No.
This is the
I'm
red
saying-
zone, bro. You are a two-step. You have no chance to
I'm
make a
saying
play
to get
No,
on
on the ball.
But I think
when
he
I'm
was-
saying you
go
saying
ahead.
getting your head around.
Yeah.
I think he slowed up his operation.
But exactly. That's what I think it came down to. He ran a great route. He just didn't finish the route. You went off the line. You sell outside. We have a perfect play call on for man-to-man. We know there's a whole defender inside. Get your head around that ball's on the front hip. I promise you, whether it was the pass rush, whatever it may be, you work on that every single week in the red zone. Out in the field, it's bang, bang. Down in the red zone, it's bang, bang, bang. I mean, it is that much quicker, and you have to have that sense of urgency. So again, could Mahomes have thrown a little bit of a better ball? It's tough for me to say yes because you're taught low and away. Put it on that front hip so he can protect himself. If you throw it high down in the red zone, tips and overthrows, and that's bad things happen. But to that point, I still say I don't want to put a play on Kelce.
I'll say Kelce didn't have it, bro. He fucking left Cooper DeJean as 2 yards away from him.
He did.
He did win. He won. Yeah.
Left him 2 yards away from him and just barely got his head back. Oh, shit, you threw it. The D-line's going to speed up Patrick. That's why Patrick told you, bro. It's on me. I threw it a fucking half a tick early because I was
I thought
fed
it was
up.
a little early. I thought
He
it was
just
a
threw it a little
I
bit
don't
early
think
because
he
he
was
was fed
fed
up.
up.
But if he
That's
throws
it.
it any later,
The whole that's what I'm
He
saying.
gonna get his ass hit,
But that's
but
what I'm-
he still
No.
got a half a second to
Or
get
that inside defender jump stat. And you guys know, I mean, his reaction.
You
that
can't
inside
jump it
defender-
that far, bro. The ball got tipped. He took 2 more steps and then picked it. A half a second, bro. That ball is traveling like this. He could wait a 0.3 seconds and throw that ball in there. Kelce gonna get it, take that little hit, and get up and celebrate.
But to
bro.
my point,
he threw it
for
early.
two guys that have done it together for so long, I mean, I'm telling you, you give them that play 100 times, that's a touchdown. 100
Exactly.
times. Why does that happen now?
Because
That's what I'm saying.
Jalen Carter and them is coming. That's why
know, man.
he was
I
sped
just-
up a little bit all game. That's why. That's the only
they
reason
did. They
that
looked
happened.
at their game, I
That's the
agree, but-
Eagles D-line won that game because they made him speed that shit up 0.3 seconds faster than he wanted to throw it. And hey, that was the results of it.
If you watch the play again too, like you're right. He gives him a great route, beats him outside. It just looks like
He murdered him.
Slow when he turns inside, and Mahomes is expecting him to be there. I mean,
Well-
either way, we can nitpick. I don't want to take away from
Yeah.
the Eagles. That
Hindsight
defense
is
last
20/20.
week.
point
Yep.
to you. I'm going to speak as a media member to you, and you can say F you to me if you want. But
Probably will.
Travis Kelce,
You'd love to.
Travis Kelce has way too much going on off the field, starting with her, but he's become a celebrity. He's become an actor. He's become a celebrity podcaster. And I know your game that you guys played. It requires extreme focus.
I mean, you were saying that
Just-
about Micah. He has
yeah,
nothing to do
like-
now but watch
okay.
film.
But see, Micah don't. I mean, Travis don't bash his teammates on his show.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
No.
But
if you,
it's a lack of focus, he's saying.
I mean, once
Less
you
about
get to
bashing your
a
teammates.
Kelce type level, as long as my body in shape, I've been running the same offense for years.
Yeah.
Long as I'm ready to go, I'm hydrated, I'm healthy. Bro, I got time to do an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But
podcast.
you haven't been playing at that Travis
But he
Kelce.
had,
So
though.
I would be
It
taking
was
a step back.
Third down, where Mahomes go? Work the shit out of him.
Oh no,
Kelce,
we're not
boom.
gonna act like Kelce
Look,
wasn't cooking yet.
what?
He
No,
still
he was
cooking,
bro.
He's still
He's still
cooking.
good.
He was
Hey,
cooking, bro.
Yeah.
Cooper
Yeah, he's a good
DeJean,
player.
game on the line. Where I'm going, Kelce, work the shit out of Cooper DeJean. Leave
Okay,
him.
he caught
on that
4
touchdown.
balls.
That crossing
Four
route.
balls.
Exactly,
just
bro.
to
Like, bro,
defend-
he
Yeah.
still was fucking cooking.
No, he was.
Just to defend the player versus the media, I understand how you may feel like it's weak that happened, but you got to understand this. You know our game, but when we finish a game and something like that happens, especially you got to think what Kelce's thinking. That's the same team just blew us out of the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Then they came in our crib and beat us again.
They did.
And a big part of that will be on me and the play I made. We don't know just because he is in the celebrity eye. He has so much more responsibility to operate and say certain things, but also remember this. Yes, we talk after the game, but we also have in-week interviews. So he probably like, I ain't there right now. Let me get up out of here. I'll talk to you. Because they going to ask him again.
Okay,
Let me
but
cool
Skip,
off.
you got to have the guts.
Skip,
you got to have the guts.
But he probably know, like, listen, I know how I am. I'm probably triggered right now. I'm probably going to say some BS. Let me get up out of
He
here.
probably saved himself 40
But you got to think, if he say,
he probably
if he say some BS, that fault now, his wife going to have to answer the question, well, your husband said that. He went from being Travis Kelce to married to Taylor Swift. Everything changes when your celebrity changes.
You can't react
So he
out of
knows
anger.
if I say some BS, now she got to deal with it.
Hey, you know what he's doing? He's waiting to do it on the podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him paid.
saying, bro.
for the
Like,
podcast.
Celebrity and all this. Kid, Skip, he can't help it. He pulled Taylor Swift.
yeah.
That's his aura. Skip.
It's
Fine. I
Can't
got
help
you.
that.
But that's
just
the-
because he's a damn good football player, that don't mean he can't
Okay,
have a damn
but his
good
life
life.
has changed.
Agreed.
It's completely
100%.
changed.
It is.
I think-
But he said he cooked
his play on that field, everybody gets older and slow down a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I think
But
it's
he's
more
still
that.
fucking
Man,
cooking.
he still was
Okay.
cooking.
No,
he was, but
his love
That's
life
not
has
cooking.
anything to
That's
do.
not cooking.
But the problem is,
It's
to Skip's point-
NFL mistakes
to Skip's
are made.
point, though, we've got accustomed to seeing him make that play. And then they had an out route during the game to
Yep.
Kelce, and he just misses him a little wide.
He pissed him off.
They make
Yeah.
those in their sleep, and they're starting to miss him
Yep.
because he's so damn good for his whole career. Now you start
That's
thinking,
true.
well, then what's the issue? Why is he dropping off
It's
a little
because he
bit?
damn 36.
No, I know.
He missed it in week 2.
I know.
We had these same issues last year,
Yes.
and they got in the
But
playoffs.
they don't
He
even
missed
do
it.
it, though.
He's just a little older now, man. I don't think
Yeah.
it got
Hey, that's
anything to
all
do with
right,
your
man.
celebrity
One thing
or
I
your
had-
podcast, or you get a little
I don't-
older, bro. You get one step slower, bro.
Yeah.
It's what
I don't think it's a podcast. The one thing, though, I will say that concerns me, I don't think the dynasty's over, and I might be alone on this, but I felt like yesterday watching the end of the game was the first time I was watching the Chiefs offense, and I didn't think they were going to do it. I
Right.
felt like the game was over.
I agree.
Normally when
But you know
Patrick
why you
Mahomes
felt
has
like
the
that?
ball,
Because
what?
you knew none of the receivers out here.
I
bro.
agree.
He's out here handicapped.
But he's
Even
done
so,
it.
bro,
one hand
even
behind
so,
his
though,
back.
bro, they
He
still had
loses.
time. If Pat hit him on that first one,
Yes.
they got tons of time.
Yes, but he didn't.
He
and
didn't.
and it could be because
Right.
of who's out there. I get those
Exactly.
and I get there's
That's
other
his first
guys.
time. See, bro probably ran that shit super fast in practice, and then we got in the game. He a little bit tired. He been playing this game. They like, damn.
Maybe.
But
I've been throwing it like
they
this
had
all
time,
week.
bro.
Goddamn.
I'll say this.
Saquon rushed about 9 yards on the first down.
Yeah, no,
I
I agree.
understand the defense did what they did.
Yeah.
But I've talked to Pete. You played there. I talked to Kyle Van Noy. Their philosophy in New England, just give 12 another shot. Just give him one more. Just give him one more chance. I understand we've been doing this all game. Give 12 one more shot. I know I was sitting watching that game. If this defense get a stop and 15 get that ball, they got a chance.
I didn't feel that. That was
That's
one of
how I
the-
felt.
I
That was
felt
one
that
of
with
the-
Thornton out there
Yeah.
and Juju out there and Kelce. I
Bro,
felt that
Andy just find a way to draw it at 15 operating it. I'm telling you, bro.
that was the first time I've ever watched and didn't feel that. I normally feel that every time. Yesterday I didn't. I didn't.
Let's move on. I really want to
team
get.
in the NFL.
I know we all want to get to this point because.